Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome. Everybody, welcome to the Confidence Mindset webinar training with your host, Jason Pockrant. Give me just a couple minutes here as we get settled in here. Make sure my audio is live. Can everybody out there hear me? If you, oops, knocked the microphone out there. If you cannot hear me, please let me know. If you can, go ahead and leave a comment in the box here, and we will make sure everything is squared away. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Everybody, welcome to the Confidence Mindset webinar training. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Give me just a couple minutes here as we get settled in here. Make sure my audio is live. Can anybody out there hear me? Give me just a couple minutes here as we get settled in here. If you cannot hear me, please let me know. If you can, go ahead and leave a comment in the box here. If you cannot hear me, please let me know. If you can, go ahead and leave a comment in the box here, and we'll make sure everything is squared away. Can you see me? All right, guys, just bear with me here. I'm going to get my slides opened up. We will get started here with the Confidence Mindset webinar. 5 steps to your personal transformation. All right, make sure everyone can hear me. All right, can you see it? Awesome. Give me just a moment. Oops, not what I want. Gotta go back. All right. All right, not working out well. Let's see here. How do I get my screen share? All right, guys, can everyone hear me? 5 steps. Welcome. Welcome to this webinar on creating confidence. 5 steps to creative confidence. How to become the father you were created to be. I want everybody to go ahead and first take a couple minutes and just get settled in here. Make sure you take time to close down all social media, turn off your phone, put it aside, get a pen and a paper, get ready to take some notes because this is going to rock the house. All right. Audio check. Just want to make sure, like I said, can anybody hear me? If you can, go ahead and leave a comment in the chat box and let me know what your name is. Please go ahead and share on social media with your friends right now and let them know that we are here and we are live and we are having a blast and we're going to learn some awesome stuff. So That being said, bear with me here, guys, as I fiddle through these slides still and figure out what is going on. Let me know what your name is. Please go ahead and share on social media with your friends right now and let them know that we are here and we are live and we are having a blast and we're going to learn some awesome stuff. So, that being said, bear with me here, guys. I fiddle through the slides still and figure out what is going on. Please go ahead and share on social media with your friends right now and let them know that we are here and we are live and we are having a blast and we're going to learn some awesome stuff. So, what's going on? We are having a blast. So like I said, can anybody hear me? If you can, go ahead and leave a comment in the chat box and let me know what your name is. Please go ahead and share on social media with your friends right now and let them know that we are here and we are live and we are having a blast and we're going to learn some awesome stuff. So, that being said, bear with me here, guys. Going through the slides still. Figure out what is going on. All right, guys, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? All right, here we are. All right, we are not ready. Oh, hold on. All right, guys, everyone, hello and welcome to the Confident Fathers Mindset Training. This is your one and only webinar workshop with the one and only Jason Pockrant, teaching you about how you can become a confident husband and father and live the life that you desire today. Now, bear with me as I get this screen set up and we shall begin the webinar. All right, if everyone can go ahead and leave a comment in the box and let me know that you can see me. Make sure everything is live. Can you hear me as well? All right, we're about to get ready to get going. Now, hang tight as we just give it a couple minutes here as some other fathers go ahead and join in on us. Join us. Give us a couple minutes. Go ahead and share on social media with your friends. Tell them to join us as well. We're about to go through here and I'm going to spend about the next 45 minutes going over some awesome material, helping you become a better person and finding that fulfillment and balance that you desire. So just bear with me. We have a few more people getting on the line here, coming in. Looks like I'm having some issues right now with the chat roll, but that's okay. We can take care of that later on. People getting on the line here, coming in. Looks like I'm having some issues right now with the chat roll, but that's okay. We can take care of that later on. Chat roll, but that's okay. We can take care of that later. All right, guys, are we ready? I just need to go ahead and get this. Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me out there? Audio check. Audio, is the microphone on? Got the cats fighting in the background here. Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me out there? Audio check. Audio, is the microphone on? Got the cats fighting in the background here. All right, it looks like we are back. All right, we are live, guys. We're ready to dig right in and get this going. So, first off, let me give you a brief introduction to myself, who I am. My name is Jason Pockrant. I am a speaker, life coach, and author. I am the author of my newest book, The Confident Father's Guidebook, 5 Steps to Personal Transformation. All right, it looks like we are back. All right, we are live, guys. We're ready to dig right in and get this going. So, first off, let me give you a brief introduction to myself, who I am. My name is Jason Cochran. I am a speaker, life coach, and author. I am the author of my newest book, The Confident Father's Guidebook, 5 Steps to Personal Transformation. All right, everyone, welcome back. Here we are live on this webinar, the Confidence Mindset Training webinar. As I was saying earlier, just briefly a little bit about myself. My name is Jason Pockrant. First and foremost, I am a husband and father. I've been married to my beautiful wife for 2 years now. We've been together for 8 years and loving every moment of it. I am also the author of my latest book, The Confident Father's Guidebook, 5 Steps to Personal Transformation. Rediscover your worth and live the life you desire today. And that is exactly why you are here on this webinar with me, waiting to figure out how you can rediscover your confidence, get your courage back, and get more of what you want in life. So, as a side note, I'm also a speaker and a transformation coach, helping to take you from where you are to where you want to be. Now, tell you, listen up, folks. Now, I just want to let you know, now's the time. You're going to want to grab a pen and a pencil. It's time to get ready to focus and listen up, because there's actually going to be some pretty powerful and intense coaching tips, visualizations, exercises, and techniques that I use firsthand with my clients daily that I'm going to give to you on this webinar for free for all of my live attendees that are sitting here listening and taking time out of your day to get some personal development and focus for yourself so that you can become better for your family. All right. Just as I said as well, there's going to be honest life transforming coaching exercises that I use to generate income by changing my mindset. And it's my purpose today on this webinar that I'm going to help you discover how you too can shift your focus and rediscover the power that you have within to change your mindset and move forward and start collecting and bringing forth for yourself and your family all of your wildest dreams and desires. I need a drink of coffee there. Bear with me. All right, now I just want to let everybody know, stay tuned till the end of this live webinar. I will be having a special drawing at the Only For You special live attendees on this webinar. I will be doing a drawing at the end of the webinar for a free transformation strategy session. That's right, free coaching, plus a free copy of my ebook, The Confident Father's Guidebook. That'll be done at the end of this webinar. So for all you dedicated individuals that are here on this webinar with us listening up, you're going to want to stay until the very end and get entered in that drawing to win free coaching. So, just a few quick announcements. I want to let everybody know to keep your eyes out and your ears peeled for a new podcast that I will be launching in the next 2 or 3 weeks here. It's kind of under wraps right now, so I don't want to put the name out there quite yet, but just understand it'll be about fatherhood and becoming the best father and husband that you can be. I will be interviewing some of the highest, top-notch, big-name experts, as well as the regular average Joes that are leading a successful marriage and life as a husband and father on the podcast, sharing their insights into fatherhood and the fatherhood journey that they are on to help all of you out there, new dads, old dads, seasoned dads, and anyone out there just looking to get that spark back and to reignite that fire that they have within them to live the life they desire. I will also be launching my New Dads Fatherhood Mastermind in the near future, so keep your eyes peeled if you want more information on that. Just head on over to jasonpockrant.com, drop in your email, and get on the mailing list to get the newsletter and get all the updates about that when it's announced. Also, I'm in the process right now of compiling my second book, which is entitled Father-Daughter Conversations. That will be coming out in the near future here as well. I still have a few spots available for that. If there are any fathers out there listening that would be interested in submitting a piece to be considered in the book, Father-Daughter Conversations, you can head over to jasonpockrant.com / calling all fathers and get all the details and information about that. Now, why are you here tonight? Let's talk about what you're going to learn. This is what you will learn tonight, and this is what you will not learn tonight. First, we're going to cover the 4 most powerful statements to achieve anything you desire in life. These are firsthand the statements that I learned from my coach when I was living a life of depression with no friends, very little family, hardly any support. I was at the bottom of the barrel, and I was thinking that nothing was going to get better until I had discovered the self-sabotaging statements that I was doing to myself that put me in the place where I was at and continue to hold me there. Second, I'm going to teach you guys the power stance that you can use today to gain more confidence in less than 2 minutes a day. The science has been done behind this. It's been researched multiple times, and understand doing this firsthand, taking 2 minutes out of your day to incorporate the power stance will help you begin to redevelop the confidence that you have within you that you've been hiding from the world and being afraid to show for so long. So again, the power stance will help give you, as we said, the power back that you need to become more assertive and less passive aggressive in your communication with individuals to help you get what you want in life. Third, we're going to cover the 3 steps, the 3-step process to eradicate the negative voices in your head within minutes. As I said, when I was back working third shift, upset about everything, I would continue to replay the old tapes in my head over and over and over again, thinking that something was going to get better and understanding that it wasn't. So that being said, I discovered a process. As we all know, we understand that systems and processes are what get us from where we are to where we want to be and help take us step by step to the next step, the next place in our life, if you would, to reach the next level of a plateau, or to remove ourselves from a plateau, if you will, and get to the higher point on the mountain. That is exactly what I found with this 3-step process that I wrote about in the Confident Father's Guidebook. And if you haven't read it yet, understand that I'm going to go ahead and share that process with you today. So, lastly, the 4th thing we're going to cover, we're going to discover the 4 words that are crushing your dreams of success and how to overcome them. As a husband and father, you understand firsthand that it is your responsibility, it is your duty, it is your obligation to provide for your family, to live a legacy worth leaving, and to be the one individual that makes an impact for your children to look up to. So just understand that if you are using any of these 4 words that I'm going to share with you today, you are literally spending each and every day crushing your opportunities for success and stopping yourself from manifesting the things in your life that you could be achieving. I'm not here to judge you, because I spent about 8 years of my life living in this down place, preventing myself from success until I discovered what I was doing and decided to make the active change to eradicate it and stop crushing my own dreams. So we will discover those 4 words and talk about those a little bit later. Now, where was I? As I said, guys, I was at the bottom of the barrel. I was depressed, though I would never admit it. I was out of college. I spent 5 years in college to receive a degree that I didn't want. I ended up with $19,000 in student loans, and then I found myself working third shift in a residential treatment home with no friends, no faith, no fun, and little family. There were the moments that I sat there and I felt beyond a shadow of a doubt stranded, stalled, and stuck. I had sat there night after night with my coworkers, asking myself why I was doing what I did in life, trying to discover what was missing, what that missing link was in my life, and why I just couldn't feel happiness anymore. I had to figure out what it was I was doing that was stopping me from getting to the place I wanted to be. But at the time, I had no idea where it was, what it was, or who it was. And I didn't have the first clue in even where to begin the journey. So it's my hope for any of you out there listening right now, if you're working in the job that you cannot stand, or perhaps you're in the job and you make plenty of money and you don't need financial security, you just want that freedom and you want a little extension to be able to do what you want, whatever you want, whenever you want, with yourself or with your family. then it's my purpose in life to help you discover that you can get out of that place of misery and negativity and get to the next place in life of happiness and fulfillment. So as I said, I was sitting there at work, just briefly, a degree I didn't want, a job I couldn't stand. I was working third shift. I would literally go in every night with 2 cups of coffee, a smile on my face, and the hope that everyone would sleep through the night because I couldn't help them the way I had wanted to. I had all the intentions in the world to go into that job that I had. I was going to make a difference. I was going to save the lives of all these kids, and I was going to be for them the father figure that I never had, having lost my father when I was 17 years old. And I'm sure there are plenty of you out there right now working in a similar situation, especially in the human services field, putting out your everything and putting your life on the line and putting your heart out there for other people, hoping that you can connect with them and you can resonate and you can make a difference. And at the same time, though, you're etching away time at your own heart and your own soul, and it's costing you. I know firsthand that it cost me some of the best years of my life in college. It cost me some of the best years of my life in my relationship with my fiance at the time and my family, because let's be honest, I was a jerk. At the time, I was so depressed and I was being such an asshole to people that I couldn't see through it myself. And had I not been fortunate enough to find the people in my life and make the connections that I had made and start taking action on the things that I had done, I never would have been able to go from that place of misery and despair to the life of happiness and fulfillment that I live today. And I want you to understand it has to get better. It has to get better, because the only way things will remain the way they are and you will continue to live the life of misery that you're living is if you choose to not change your perspective. If you choose to stay in that place thinking that things will get better without taking any action to get there, I guarantee you that you will be no more happier 1 year from today than you are right now sitting there listening on this webinar. And that as well is whether or not you are sitting at a level 3 happiness or a level 10. Because I'm a firm believer, even when you get to the point where you are as happy as you can always continue to make your life happier and add more excitement and more joy and more passion and more love for yourself and your family. So I want to take you from a 3 to a 7 to a 10, and I want to take you from a 10 to the highest levels of happiness and fulfillment that you can get to. I wanted more. I'm not sure what you guys want. I don't know what you're out there listening to this webinar and thinking, but I can make an assumption that most of us want more. We all want more of something and less of the other thing. Whether we want more time with our family, more money from work, less negativity, less arguments. We want more compliments from our spouse. We want more appreciation and admiration from our friends and our family or our children. We want the world to tell us that we're inspiring them. We want individuals to read our blog and send us a comment or send us an email and let us know that we actually made a difference and we changed their life. And I felt the same way. The only difference was Dad had passed away from me when I was 17 years old, and I had nobody else to look up to, and I had nobody in my life to give me the guidance and the support and the structure to show me and to reinforce in my heart and my belief that I was worthy and that I was going in the right direction and that I was making a difference. So I'd always wanted to start a family. I had known that. It was since I was a little boy, I had always told myself that I would go find a lovely wife and that I wanted to have my own child so that I could be there and show them what my father wasn't able to show me. And not by any means that my father was a bad man. My father was an incredible person, and he will forever be missed and dearly loved. However, I learned so many lessons from my father as to how I can be a father for my child and for my daughter now. And it's my hope that I can pass along some of this information and wisdom with you as well, with the fellow new fathers out there and the new dads that are also just starting this long soul-searching journey of fatherhood. So for me, the solution came, as I said, it was from the time I lost dad at 17, it was 5 years in college, the degree I didn't want, another 2 years in the job I couldn't stand, $19,000 in debt, and 8 years of failing to accept the fact that I lost my father. Now, that's a whole nother conversation I won't dive into. I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but I will just let you know that the grieving process and the acceptance of losing your father and the role that a father plays in your life for any young man is crucially important to how we turn out as an adult, and especially how we shape our lives and our parenting styles once we become a father. So just understand that the childhood behaviors and the beliefs and the mindsets that you get from your parents and that you watch from your father, especially whether he was an absent father or a father that has passed away, one way or the other, those actions and those beliefs and those mindsets that your father and your parents carried will determine the way you behave as an adult, as a father, and as a man, until you decide to become consciously aware of that and to make changes to correct the things that aren't working out in your best favor. So I did that. I was fortunate, as I said, through the power of connections for myself. I found 3 books that completely changed my life. I had found Quitter by Jon Acuff. I had read The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. And I had began to go through the process of 48 Days to the Work You Love by Dan Miller. At the time as well, I had also found not a youth pastor. I had found a pastor in my area at a church I was unfamiliar with who had offered a grief share class. And I had attended this class called Grief Share, and it completely transformed the way I had dealt with my father's loss and where I was at in my life. I also had gotten engaged to my lovely fiance, Chandra, at the time, and as soon as we had gotten engaged, I decided it was time that we put ourselves through Financial Peace University and become closer and become a more solid unit with our finances. So, but that's a whole different conversation. What you're here to learn about today was how I found my coach, how I found my confidence, and how I shifted my mindset. 2 weeks later, who I am today. As I mentioned earlier briefly, I am a life coach, a speaker, an author, a husband, a father, and a community leader. And all of that happened for me at the age of 26 when I went from $12.48 an hour to $135 an hour within 2 weeks, launched my business, and became a solopreneur after spending years of feeling unworthy. And it's my purpose to help show you how you can do the same thing. All right. So, are we ready to rock or what? Let's rock. The first thing, how do you gain more confidence in yourself and your self-worth? The 2-minute technique. I want you to go ahead right now, take a moment to stand up, stretch your arms out, get ready right where you are. Go ahead and remind your wife in the other room looking at you funny. Let her know that you're listening to a webinar and that you're going to create your confidence and that you're getting your power back right now, and tell her to stop laughing. So, all right. Now this is an exercise. When I met my coach, I drove out there. This is the very first day I had met him, and I looked at him and I was talking about my story and my vision and where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. And he began to question me as to why I was doing absolutely nothing with my life. excuse me, retract. He had questioned why I was doing absolutely nothing about getting the things I had wanted in my life. And I started to confide in him and let him know that it was because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel confident enough in what I wanted to do, and that I didn't feel I was capable of doing it. And that's when he gave me the power stance. This is what I want to give to you. So I want you to go ahead and stand right now. If you have a mirror or you can find a mirror, that would be even better. Get yourself in front of the mirror. I want you to put your hands out on your hips. Put your hands on your hips or throw them out wide, whichever you prefer. This actually helps to work the body a little bit better and more effectively if you throw your arms out wide. So throw your arms out wide, look yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself as loud as you possibly can, I am worthy. I'm not going to scream it right now because I have a 3-month-old daughter in the other room who is sleeping. However, scream it at the top of your lungs. I am worthy. I am confident. I am powerful. Take a couple minutes and do that, guys. And when you're done, you can go ahead and ask me, are you crazy, Jason? Because that exactly is the response I gave my coach when I had said to him, you want me to do what now? And he looked me in the eye and said, Jason, if you don't want to help yourself, then there's nothing I can do to help you. So go ahead and take a couple minutes again and do that power stance. Put your arms out wide and just breathe deeply and feel it with every fiber of your being. Feel the power of the affirmation as it runs through your body. All right. Everyone feeling good? Feeling great? Awesome. We are going to move forward now to a couple of the other things here. I know we're running a little behind on time. I want to make sure I get through all of this information for you. Now, the 4 most powerful statements to achieve anything you desire in life. Oh, excuse me. All right. Are you ready? You ready for the 4? All right, looking at my notes here, we could probably do the 3-step process to eradicate first. Okay, anyway. All right, now we talked about, let's jump ahead here. Next, we're going to talk about the 4 words that are crushing your dreams and how you can overcome them. In the Confident Father's Guidebook, if you pick up a copy or you have one at home and you're reading it right now, you can understand step 4. Step 4 is the 3-step process to eradicate the negative voices in your head. Before we can get there, however, we have to recognize the 4 words that are crushing your dreams. Now, what are they? I'm going to tell you. I would, I could, I should. I would, I could, I should. And I can't. Stop and think for just a minute. How many times have you gotten to a place in your life, you had something to accomplish, and then all of a sudden that voice crept up in the back of your head and said, well, I couldn't really do that. Oh, I don't think I should do that. No. Oh, I should have left. I should have been the one. I should have never left the kid at home. I should have never let my wife drive the car. I should have been the one to find my father. It should have been me. I could have gone that way. I could have gone that way. I should have taken that job 5 years ago. If I only had taken that degree instead of that. If I had taken that class instead of the other one, then maybe that would have happened. What if this happened? What if that happened? What if I figured everything out? What if I hadn't spent 2 years at the job that I hated? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the would've, should've, could've, it's killing you. All right? From the simplest of things to the biggest of things. You can find yourself in a position where you're telling yourself, I should have let the dog out before we left. I should have locked my car last night because now they stole my GPS. I should have just gotten the Whopper instead of the chicken. Or some of the bigger ones. I should have never married you. I should have never gotten that car. I should have listened to my mother. I should have been the one who was in that car. I should have been the person driving, not my sister. I should have been the one who witnessed my father's passing, not my younger brother. Have you ever had those moments? Have you sat on your couch or in your bedroom, in the chair, and just played them over and over and over in your head and gotten yourself to the point where all you could think about is what you should have done or what you could have done? And then you had that feeling of angst and anxiety come back over you because you realized that you couldn't have changed it. You realize that everything in your life has happened for a reason. No matter how much you want to change it, no matter how much you think you could, you should, or you would, it happened. And the one key I want you to remember, which took me years to understand, I made the best choice that I could have with the information, knowledge, and experience that I held within at the time of my choice. Go ahead and repeat that one for me one more time. I made the best choice that I could have with the information, knowledge, and experience that I held within at the time of my choice. We can only do what we know how to do. Think about that. As a young father, you question yourself and you ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I raising them right? Am I guiding them right? Am I answering all the questions? Am I being a good father? Am I being a good husband? Am I giving my wife enough love? Am I telling her what she needs to hear? Is she hearing enough compliments and not complaints? But just understand that we can only do what we know how to do. So if we don't know how to do something, the only solution is to get more information and to get more knowledgeable in that area. Because you can't go back, you can't change the past, and you can't reverse time. However, what you can do is you can determine the hold that the saboteur will have on you in your life today. When those voices creep in your head, and as Seth Godin calls it the lizard brain, Stephen Pressfield and Brene Brown refer to it as the resistance. I should have, I could have, I would have, would have, To me, that's the saboteur. That is the voice that is trying with every being of fiber. That is the voice that is trying with every ounce of power it has to hold you in place. And by allowing that voice to use those words, you are crushing your dreams of success. So how do you overcome them? Well, it takes us to the next step, which is the three-step process. The three-step process to eradicate those negative voices in your head within minutes. And I say it's within minutes, but understand that this is one of the most powerful and lengthy processes processes that I go through with my coaching clients on a daily basis. We dive so deep into this process of ridding ourselves of the saboteur, and it takes time because it's not going to happen overnight. But with this process I'm about to share with you, you can begin the first steps to start to remove the barriers for yourself and stop self-sabotaging. Now, the 3-step process to eradicate the negative voices in your head. Recognize, identify, and eliminate the voices in your head. Because before we can make any changes in our life to any area, we first have to become consciously aware of the behavior. Then we have to be able to identify that thing, which is what we are trying to change. Because if we don't recognize that we have a problem and we don't realize that we're sabotaging ourselves by talking negative every day, then we'll never be able to move forward and move past that and begin to replace those old tapes with tapes of positivity that can start to get us to the next place in life. So that being said, the 3-step process again is to first recognize the voices that we talked about, the 4 words, I would have, I should have, I could have, to recognize that you're doing them and that you're repeatedly using them. The second is to identify. Now we don't have enough time on this webinar to go into as much detail as I would like to about the identification process. Just understand that there are exercises and activities that you can go and dive deeper into to identify exactly what and who that voice is. Each and every one of us has a saboteur inside of us, as I mentioned earlier, and it takes on its own shape, its own form. For many of us, it could be our older self. It might be the voice of a relative. I know I've watched and experienced many individuals as whose saboteur is an in-law that's holding them back, or a close personal family member, unfortunately, who is holding them in their place. And people often ask me the question, I get this question asked all the time, and they say, Jason, why would my family try to hold me back? Why is it the people closest to me are trying to hold me down? And as I talk about in the book, one dangerous and sadly truthful pieces about family is this: the people closest to you will try the hardest to hold you in place because they are comfortable with how they currently know you. The way you are today is how they have always known you. Change is most uncomfortable for people who know you best. Especially as a father, I can tell you firsthand that dealing with the emotions and the negativity that I carried about the loss of my father and the role that he played in my life, and the desire that I carried for so long afterwards to be that father figure for my younger brother, and that to fill that void for the rest of my family and for my mother. Let's just say that the saboteur was definitely working hard representing my family members as they tried to hold me back. So again, understand, I can go into so much more detail about that, but that would be another separate training. Just understand that the 3-step process for you to begin that journey today is to recognize, identify, and then begin the process of eliminating the voices in your head. Now, after we start to get past the saboteur and we begin to discover the words I would, I should, I could that are preventing us from chasing our dreams and are crushing us, let's talk about how do we get to the next step? How can we get to the next level in life? And just briefly, I want to touch on the 4 powerful statements that you can use to counteract the saboteur and the negative voices, and to get what you want to get faster in life than you ever could have. So we get there by incorporating these next 4 words. These are actually from the Confident Father's Guidebook, the chapter I titled Fight Back, where we talk about silencing the saboteur, which is another coaching process that I take my clients through to help them, as I said, recognize, eliminate, and eradicate the voices in your head. So, the 4 steps, the very best proven counterparts to the above mentioned saboteur thoughts. I will, I have, I am, and I do. For everything in life that you accomplish, everything that you set out to acquire, everything that you set out to achieve, every individual you intend to inspire, for the next 2 weeks, I have a challenge for you. For the next 2 weeks, anytime you have any thought, and I mean any thought, come up to your head about yourself, your dreams, your passions, or your actions that does not begin with any of these 4 statements, I want you to stop immediately and rephrase whichever you are about to say with one of the following. I am, I will, I have, I do. Because this is the process that once you do that and you repeat it 3 times, you will begin to slowly transform the way you think about yourself and your abilities to get things done and to accomplish things in life. So when you say, I will, oh, I should write that blog post, or I should really do that webinar. I think I'm going to try to get something set up this week about that next speaking engagement. You know, perhaps I should give that guy a call. No, I want you to stop right there, and I want you to reaffirm yourself and your power, and I want you to say, no, I will. I will call that guy today. I will call 5 of my friends today and set up an appointment. I will book 3 speeches for the next 6 months. I will take care of my family. I will go clean up the house. I will go be a better father. Whatever it is that you're working on, you know, I will book 5 interviews for my podcast and I will launch it in the next 3 weeks. Take the time out today to put the plan in place, to put the action on paper by putting it first out into the universe. You have to first verbalize what it is you want to achieve, and then you have to go out and make it happen. But to get there, you have to start by believing in yourself. So as I said, the 4 most powerful statements to achieve anything you desire in life is to start achieving it by believing it. And the only way you will believe it is by reaffirming yourself with those phrases. I am, I will, I have, or I do. So when you can start to incorporate those into your daily thought process, you will slowly begin to change your mental habits and begin to crowd out all the negative thoughts that have been lying over and over since the time you were born. The thoughts that were holding you back from where you want to go and who you want to become today. As I said, I could spend the next hour and a half, which I've done easily in my coaching sessions with individuals, and I can tell you about the time that I recognized my saboteur, which I'll write a blog post about that and post it over at jasonpockrant.com about the time that I discovered my saboteur and the process that I went through when I eliminated that in a room full of strangers with my coach. Big drink of water. All right. As I said, the power and the magnitude of choosing your perspective and choosing these words as opposed to the negative perspective that we carry, and the power that it's had on my life is completely transforming. And we'll definitely have to plan another live training or a webinar here to go over just the saboteur more in detail and a little bit more in depth and help you guys figure that out. So, all right, so that is that. That is the 4 most powerful statements to believe you can achieve anything you desire in life. We covered the power stance that you can use to gain more confidence in less than 2 minutes a day. Again, as I said, just stop, take 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes before you go to bed at night. Stop, stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, and just say it. Throw your arms out wide, no matter who's listening or who's watching or who's looking. In fact, I had group coaching clients that we have done this with in the middle of a coffee shop. There were about 15 of us, and we all stood up, threw our arms out wide, and at the top of our lungs we said, "I am worthy. I am wonderful." And it was incredible to see the reactions of other individuals as they watched us, as they looked at us, that like we were crazy. And it was just too fun. So again, just understand and know that there's so much power within you, that you have everything inside of you to get where you are, to get from where you are to where you want to be. And it all starts from within. It starts with the power that you have to create your mindset, to create the life that you want, to provide for yourself and your family and your community, so that you can live a legacy worth leaving. Because really that's what it truly boils down to. So we covered the 2-step process to become the 2-minute power stance to gain more confidence. I shared with you today the 3-step process to eradicate the negative voices in your head. And I also shared with you the 4 words that are crushing your dreams of success and how to overcome them. And now I know I packed a lot of information into this webinar. Just understand that you can get all of it right here at the Confident Fathers Guidebook, 5 Steps to Personal Transformation. The book is live. It's on Amazon. You can go ahead and pick up a copy right now. It's only $2.99. If you pick up a copy today on this live webinar, actually, I will go ahead and give you a free 20-minute transformation strategy session with me, which is very powerful. I, like all my other fellow entrepreneurs, John Lee Dumas, and other individuals, work hard strategically to protect our time and to make the biggest impact that we can for the largest amount of people that we can reach. So to get a 20-minute transformation session, one-on-one coaching with me is powerful. And again, that is only for those individuals live on this webinar right now. So that is about what I have for you guys. That's all the information I have right now for this webinar. It's been about my time. I don't want to take up any more of your time as well. I have the rest of the day off with my daughter, Lennox. She turned 3 months old today, so I'm going to take her and the wife out, and we're going to go celebrate her beautiful birthday and do some fun things and just be an awesome dad and a good husband and a great father. So, as I said, that's my desire for you today, for everyone out there listening. Again, it looks like this free drawing. Go ahead, let me check the comments down on the bottom here and see. And I'll close my eyes and pick here. I have my wife over there helping me out. She's going to go ahead and pick a random person right now from the audience to win this transformation session. And it looks like the winner of the transformation session is she's working on it. Andy Casey. Awesome, Andy. Andy from Bay City, Michigan. It looks like you just won the free transformation strategy session, the full-length session with Jason, and a free copy of the Confident Fathers Guidebook. So I will send that to you. Stay on the line here after we're done, and I will send that to you at the end here. As far as everyone else, I just want to thank you for listening to this live webinar. If you're catching the replay on YouTube, I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions or comments, anything else you want to dive deeper in and cover, feel free to shoot me an email. Subscribe to the podcast in iTunes. Right now, I currently have the Connection Show up there. But as I said, within the next few weeks, I'll be relaunching a new one focused more on fathers and their transformative journeys. So stay tuned for that. And keep a lookout for Father-Daughter Conversations, the next book coming out at a bookstore near you. So until then, guys, this has been Jason Pockrant signing off. And enjoy your day, enjoy your life, and remember, as always, to live a legacy worth leaving for your family and community. All right, guys, I will see you on the flip side.